we are very happy. I extend a warm welcome, and also I welcome all the faculty members. Uh, Basically, why we wanted to have this particular session is we have all our students mostly who are so tech savvy and digital natives, and you ask them to do any task, they'll be the first persons to give. Even in the class, also, when you're asking any questions, immediately they're typing in the chat GPT and they're doing it. So, to deal with such students and to keep them engaged in the class and enhance the human intelligence with artificial intelligence, that was the theme behind, so that we can empower ourselves to deal with all those people and different types of learning styles in the class. So, with this note, I just open this session and let's get trained and use this knowledge what we gained today in developing the content more ethically and also very reasonably so that it suits to our environment. Thank you once again, and I welcome you once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Before we begin our talk, I would like to invite our guest for today. It is my privilege to introduce our esteemed guest, Professor Y. Rama Krishna Garu, a distinguished academician and thought leader in the fields of finance and strategy. He is currently serving as a professor at the Institute of Public Enterprise, Hyderabad, and brings with him over 2 decades of rich experience in teaching, research, consulting, and training. Professor Ramakrishna Garu is a prolific scholar with a strong research orientation. His expertise spans across time series, cross sectional, and panel data analysis. He has authored 6 books and published over 60 research papers in reputed national and international journals. A passionate educator and trainer, he has trained thousands of students, faculty, and small business owners across the country on various aspects of managerial skills. In the last 3 years, he has trained around 8,500 faculty members in AI tools and innovative pedagogy and conducted impactful sessions for over 15,000 students. His commitment to community development is equally inspiring. He actively engages with small business owners and self help groups promoting financial literacy, digital finance, and financial well being. Professor Ramakrishna is also a strong evangelist of artificial intelligence in education and business, actively promoting its application to achieve academic excellence, drive business growth, and enhance employee productivity. Through his popular YouTube channel, RK he offers free lectures on finance and management, attracting over 600 learners daily from across the globe. He holds an MBA from Kakatiya University, a PhD from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad, and has completed the prestigious faculty development program at IIM Ahmedabad. We are indeed privileged to have you with us today here, sir, to share your expertise on how AI is revolutionizing teaching methods and opening new dimensions in research. Before I invite Sir, I would also like to welcome our Director, Sir, Dr. B. Chanakesava Rao Garu, onto the dais.
Good afternoon to all of you. Namaskar. Swagatam, Suswagatam to all the delegates from our VNR VJEC and expert Ramakrishna Garu. So, for accepting our invitation and taking part in this particular deliberations. So, especially I would like to congratulate the department for organizing, especially mathematics and HNS department. Earlier we used to call it the HNS department. Now I think we have physics, chemistry, mathematics, and management studies all put together. I think we have 4 departments. So in this connection, I request all the faculty to interact with the expert. And today the buzzword is only AI, machine learning, deep learning, IoT, cyber security, quantum computing is the one area. I think it is an upcoming area, and agentic AI. Recently, we have conducted a faculty development program in agentic AI, and this week also we are conducting, sir, actually one more program. So every week, I think we are conducting a faculty development program. So our main objective is only our faculty. I think they have to acquire the knowledge in the emerging areas like AI, machine learning, deep learning, IoT, cyber security, and blockchain technologies, And also we are also associating with the IIIT Hyderabad, sir. And IIIT professors, they'll come and they'll interact with our faculty members, and they are also exploring what are the challenges that they are facing. Actually, those problem statements will be given to our faculty and students, and they're working at the VNR VJT. Today, I think there is no bar actually. I think anybody can learn anything in this world. I think only, but you have to buy some space and try to acquire knowledge in the emerging areas, so that definitely you can do wonders. And especially the finances, I think I think Sir also is an expert in the finances. So because he has done MBA, sir, actually you can explain about how to save some money when they are young actually. So that way I think earn money and save money, uh, and distribute some money for the needy people. That way I think they can do financial planning also, sir. So thank you for sparing your valuable time. I hope, I think you are going to interact with our faculty and see that they are all well educated in this particular domain, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Professor Y. Ramakrishna Garu to deliver his lecture.
Good afternoon, all. Already, when at the outset, I thank Dr. Joshna Garu for inviting me here to interact with you related to my unrelated subject, that is AI. And already I was having a discussion with the chemistry department people there. And by the time, if you observe me, you can easily note that I'm nervous. Yeah. And adding fuel to a fire, the director's education was saying that already you have been trained on agentic AI, other AIs. You are tying up with triple IT. So much of AI training has been done. Now it actually increases my heartbeat now, because a lot of it creates a kind of a pressure. No, going to some a degree college or going to students who are not well versed with the technology, teaching them about the technology. That's a simple thing. But coming to an engineering college where people dream to join this college for their admissions, and no recommendations works here, because recently I tried for that. So for one of my relatives, we tried for getting an admission here. So nothing worked out, and all merit students are coming here. And if such a kind of a students are coming here, imagine the kind of a faculty members who are here. So these all create a kind of a nervousness, and maybe it takes some time for me to adjust. Okay. Before I start, yes, I would like to know how many of you are from here or from engineering faculty members. Please raise your hands. Oh, so pressure is going up, not down, coming down. So others, chemistry and other subjects. Okay, fine. Then okay. So 50% there, 50% here. I guess every one of you use artificial intelligence, right? For one purpose or the other purpose, for teaching, material research, whatever it is, you use AI. Am I right? Is there anyone here who don't use AI? Anyone who don't use AI? Okay. So every one of you is using AI. Then again, a non-AI person is coming and teaching you about AI. So this is a different thing now. And this is artificial intelligence for teaching and research. I am Professor Rama Krishna. I am a professor of finance basically. Then I head the department in MBA department at Institute of Public Enterprise. Like JYOTHI, we are also one of the leading business schools in the country. In the South India, we are ranked number one. And for us also, we also get calls for recommendation seats and all. We also handle that. We have an intake of 540 students, highest in any business school in southern India, excluding universities and other colleges. Standalone business schools, we are the highest, and every year we fill our seats before commencement of our classes. So that's a brief about the Institute of Public Enterprise. They're teaching regular courses and all. Apart from that, some maybe 2 years back, I caught into this virus of AI. Yeah, basically as Jyoshna ma'am was mentioning here, students who actually give us the thoughts. So some 3.5 years back, when ChatGPT was introduced for the first time, one of my students said that, sir, there is a new tool which came, and whatever you ask, it will give. So when somebody said whatever you ask, it will give, I asked about myself. It didn't give. Then I said, when Google is giving about me, why this AI? So I said that no, this is not going to work. That time it was only a ChatGPT. I said ChatGPT is useless, not working, because it doesn't know about me. Then at time it used to say that, okay, I have a record only up to the 2002. Before that, after that, I don't know anything, and it will not answer. So, but what happened is, I started working on it, looking at how it works and all. And there's a lot of a transition happened in the 3 years. Today, we see a sea change in AI, right? So, starting from a normal office assistant who drafting a mail to an engineer, somebody who's designing a robot, or somebody who's talking about analyzing the or diagnosing the individual health conditions based on the inputs. Now, why it attracted me is, it's a very simple reason. I am a finance faculty member, and for a finance, core is the statistics. So, anyone to succeed in a finance career, statistics is the one. Second is, I'm also into applied psychology or industrial psychology, where we try to understand the human behavior and all. Now, what is that AI is doing? AI is combining these two things. That's it. So, anything that the AI is working on the data. AI is working on it, whatever large volume of data it has got, it is working on the data and giving you the input. And maybe it is using a RNN model, CNN model, transformational model, so many bigger models. What I understand in a very simplest term is, the AI is using a frequency distribution table. 1, 2, 3, 4, strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, strike. 5. Then your count, you have. So based on the frequency distribution tables, it is calculating the probability. So the highest probability what is it is giving to us. So that's a basic mathematics that I know. But there is at least a frequency distribution table, converting a frequency distribution table into a probability table and assigning a probabilities, I know. So that's one. Second is, when you're trying to model it, when you're trying to predict it, normal, what you call as a, what this histograms or these cross tabulations, these will not have give you accurate prediction. Now to get an accurate prediction, next level of things that we do is a regression analysis. So you have a x independent variable and y is a dependent variable. What is the impact on this? Now the same logic is used here. So instead of a 1x, you are looking at a 10x's. x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, 10x's, and what is the probability of a y? Now, based on this simple regression, you have a multiple regression. Then you have a recurrent neural networks, you have a convolutional networks, you have a transformator models, where one input is here, it is a process, and another input is there, again it is processed, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Whenever any AI tool which is giving you an output, starting from your input to the output, the transformers which happens, it processes near about a 70 times. Minimum of a 70 iterations or transformations will happen. Input, it processes, output, it processes. Likewise, finally, it gives you the outcome, what is you're expecting. So these are all algorithms which actually works on it. You are talking about machine learning, deep learning, or how you model it. Those are all internal things. But from input to output, it is not just like a simple thing. It have a multiple times of multiple iterations, and each and every iteration is validated, and there will be a error correction models which corrects the errors, and finally it gives you the output. So this is a basic thing which actually happens inside the AI. So this understanding is sufficient for knowing what. Second is the behavioral aspects. When AI you are talking about, it is giving you what is that you are asking. You ask a question, generative AI I'm talking about, not a machine learning or a deep learning or robotics or other things. Generative AI I'm talking about. When you're talking about a generative AI, you ask a question, it is giving you an answer. And answer also, it is giving you an answer in a way it understands your tone. So that means it is trained in such a way that it gives you the right answers. This is the second point. And third is, all these models are pre-learned or pre-trained models, where the training has been conducted. And as a teacher for the past 25 years, I am doing the same job, training the people. So combining all these three is what actually fascinated me towards the artificial intelligence. This is the basic story. And this fascination is not ending now. It's keep on moving day after the day. So in today's session, what is it we are going to discuss is very simple. So one is the generative AI models that we have, then art of a prompting, then tools for AI tools for a teaching. I'm not going to introduce a newborn tools, but whatever the tools that are there, how to get best from those AI tools that will take, and AI Studio for learning, and AI for doing a research. So this, if you look at, I said we discuss, and I thank the coordinator of your learning who made all the participants who are sitting there come forward. I noticed that also. So, so these are the points which we are going to discuss. So at any point of a time, you have a queries, raise your hand and ask the queries. Do not hesitate, because as I said, as the learning models, AI is a learning and AI is training, and is just a 3 to 5 year of baby, where a lot of a training is happening. Similar to that, I am also getting it trained, and the training happens. The generative AI is the concept of generative AI is that it's a pre-trained is first, and it is a self-learning model. Like as we all, for initial schooling days, we are being trained by our faculty members. After that, once we enter into a college, teachers or faculty will teach us, but more than that, we learn on our own, like what our students are doing. We teach something in a class, students go out, and those students who are bright and interested, they learn more than what we teach. So they are self-learning. So in the process of discussions with you all, and whatever it is there, if I know, I'll answer. Otherwise, I'll take those questions, go back, and I'll learn. So this is a learning process which is going to happen. And another is the things which we all know. I'll spend very limited time on that. I don't elaborate the things. Where we require more attention, I'll spend more time on that. Now you all know generative AIs. So when you're talking about a generative AI, it generates something for you. It generates, you give an input, it will generate a text for you. Initially, it started with a text generation. ChatGPT used to, you give an input, ask for a text, it will give you answer. Text generation is there. Now we have a text generation is there, audio generation is there, video generation is there, then voice are there. So multi-models generations are there, and image generation is there. On the other side, now earlier we used to give only text as an input. Today you can give anything as an input. You can give a text as an input, you can give a voice as an input, you can give a image as an input, you can give a PDF as an input, Excel sheet as input, anything that you can give as an input. So the generative AIs, what they do is whatever the input that you are giving, they process it using the algorithms and they give you the output, a desired output. This is simple about a generative AIs. Okay. Now in a generative AI model scenario, we come across with a multiple generative AIs. One is that large language models. These are all what you all know. That is, one is a ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Copilot. This is like a human, like a text. In the sense, they work on a natural language processing. You give a text question, it will give a text answer. You text and all. But now those also become a multi-model. ChatGPT, now you can ask it for image generation. ChatGPT will create an image for you, outline for you. Then next is the mixture of experts. Now, just before coming to this session, I was talking to faculty member. Sir, what's your name? Chennappa sir. Yeah, Chennappa sir. He was talking about whenever he is instead of using a ChatGPT, he is using a DeepSeek, and DeepSeek is giving much better results than that. Now, why DeepSeek is working more on that is DeepSeek is of a mixture of experts, and if you observe the output that you get from a what you call as a DeepSeek is much faster when you comparing with any other tool. Because the technology which has been used under DeepSeek are for two things. One is the retrieval augmented generation, as well as a mixture of experts. Now, why is that mixture of experts? Is that these are database, in the sense these models sits on a huge corpus, in the sense repository. Now, every time you are writing a query for a ChatGPT or a Gemini, what they do is they go back to its repository, and from the hundreds and tons of data that it has got, it filters each and everything, and finally it gives you the answer. But on the other hand, like tools like Mistral, how many of you use Mistral? Any of you? Mistral AI. Now start using a Mistral. It will give you the best outputs comparing with any other. So Mistral, I'm going to demonstrate Mistral also. So Mistral is one mixture of experts. It says that the work is divided into multiple parts. Like as we do divided our projects into various phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, and we have a PERT CPMs connecting each and every one. Or so what these AI tools, what they do is, whenever you give an input, the chain of a commands which you give, each chain of a command is shared with each expert. So suppose you are asking for to create an image. So this will go to one. In image also, if you are asking for certain specifications, it will go to another. It will go. So one prompt that you give, internally the system will distribute that prompt into the 15 or 20 different experts. Now 20 different experts, what they do is they work in that particular area which is assigned for them. Right? Let us say you have a computer science engineer is there. One job is there, I have to write a program. Computers will give. Then the same product has to be marketed. We'll assign it to the marketing people. Then prototype is created to someone else. So that was how the functions are distributed. And the marketing person takes care of only of a marketing. And programmer takes care of only of a program. Similar to that, this mixture of experts, within that model, there are multiple applications which work, and that will work only limited number of a data which is there. That's the reason why the process will be faster when comparing with using a huge database. Now, retrieval augmented models, how many of you use Perplexity? We all use a Perplexity. Do you find any difference between ChatGPT and a Perplexity? What is the major difference in Perplexity? You get the references, okay? All can be used for research purpose. Apart from that, any other key difference that you find in that Perplexity? Sources also mentioned, okay. Accuracy will be more, right? And do you observe the sources? Sources will be even a recent sources are also there. What is happened uploaded 1 week back, 10 days back onto social media also uploaded. ChatGPT, as I mentioned, there's a constraint saying that we have a data up to 2022. Those days was gone. Now ChatGPT also, ChatGPT 4 has been much updated. Now that we call as a retrieval augmented generation models. In the sense, anything which is available today on the web, these models fetch them and put it at one place and give. So it is not that what is from their corpus, in the sense that is the internal data that you have. Apart from internal data, it also takes the external data into consideration. Now, what is that we as they used to do? We write a Google, we used to search the Google, and from the Google we have to get the things. Now, retrieval augmented data do that job. In the sense, instead of on behalf of us, it will Google and get the data first. And second is, it also have its repository. From its repository, it will take both combination. It will take there is a retrieval augmented. Then you have a diffusion models. When you're talking about image creations, video creations, and all, DALL-E, stable diffusion, and Midjourney, Leonardo, Picasso, Designer. These are the tools which are used for a stable diffusion, and this works on a CNN technology, confidential neural networks. And anyone engineering who are there, just I suggest, and I did not mention here, there is a one API application is there, YONO. You one, no one, or you are one, you once, no once. Also, YONO is a tool which is used to develop so many visual image kind of things. I just give you one example in a visual diffusion. Recently, I was training a person from Mazgaon Dock Shipyards. This is a defense sector government entity. They used it, we guided them on how to use a YONO. What they did is, based on that, they created an application which has been incorporated in a coal fields. Now, when you are going to coal fields, coal mines, there's a what you call as they call it as a PPE, physical protection equipment. In the sense, people will wear the cap and lights and all this equipment and all. Many times, once they enter into the what you call as into caves and all, and under the earth, they remove it, and they remove and they casually walk. And in that process, many of the times accidents happen because of that. So what they did is, using YONO technology, they created an AA application which has been inbuilt to all this CC cameras. Now, when an individual employees are walking, any employee removes the cap, automatically it goes to alert to the nearest security and with the employee ID, saying that so and so employee did not wear the helmet. Go and check. That's it. YONO is a technology. Computer science people can work on it. And another is, now we are talking about India, is the government of India is talking about something like what is that number plate recognition number, automatic number plate recognition number, where you don't need to have a fast tag every time. You keep on moving on your national highways, automatically it will be, your amount will be detected. You don't need to stop at a toll gates, and that is automatic number plate recognition. Yeah, number plate recognition software that is also built on VIGNANA. In the sense, just your vehicle is moving, number plate is recognized automatically, it sends you a signal to the AI, amount will be detected. So all those works on a CNN models or a diffusion models. Then variational autoencoders generating synthetic data. Most of the times when you're doing a research, we used to do experimental studies, and what you call as, yeah, in case of experimental studies, availability of a data is scarce. So these VAI models will help you to generate a synthetic data, based on which you can run the probabilities. Maybe mathematics, sometime like have any of you, I'm not sure exactly what it is. When somebody is trying to assign the probability, how many number of times you toss a coin and all. So there, instead of using tossing a coin and writing it, tossing head tail, head tail, head tail, head tail, hundreds of things, and then calculate what is the probability. Instead of that, what if you have a randomly generated data based on which you create a model? So your variational autoencoders will help you to create or generate that synthetic data on which you can do analysis. Then GANs, generative adversarial neural networks, creating images, videos, deep fakes and all. Then you have autoregressive models, that synthesizes speech, music, and neural radiance fields, then generate a 3D scenes and all. So these are the generative AI models that we have. Now, when we have so many of AI models or tools which are available, we always get confused which model to use and which actually gives us the accurate or accuracy results. And what for we use AI tools? This all you know: text generation and copywriting, visual content creations, audio, music productions, then the video generation and editing, data augmentation, 3D immersion contests, scientific and technical innovations. These are the multiple purposes, and for each purpose we have an AI tool now. You don't stop at a GPT. You don't stop at a perplexity. For each and every tool, in the sense every purpose that you have, you want to generate, you have a tools. And start using all these tools so that you get a better results when comparing with one from the others. So these are all generative AI tools in the sense which are available based on the purposes. Then this comes the differentiator between one AI tool and the other AI tool. Now look at the training data sets. The efficiency of any model depends on its training data set. Our training data set also we call as a corpus. How much of a data it has been having, and a token is each word, right? One word. Let us say if I write saying that my name is Rama Krishna. My is one letter, name is another letter, is another word, Rama is another word, Krishna is another word. So it's a 5. If I write my name is Rama Krishna, it's a 5 tokens. So it is tokens and it's being trained on the tokens. Now if you look at the GPT-4 OpenAI, it's approximately on 13 trillion tokens of data. So we asked a question, tell me the Prime Minister of India. Now for that answering that question, Prime Minister of India, it will fetch all the 13 trillion tokens. It will go crawl all the 13 million tokens from there, assess and gives you the output, right? And second is Google Gemini. Gemini DeepMind works on approximately 10 trillion tokens. Mistral works on 8 trillion tokens. Mistral 7B we are talking about. Mistral works on the data which it uses is less, that is 8 trillion tokens, but the output it gives is much faster than a GPT-4 or a Gemini because it works on a MOE, right? Mixture of experts. Then Llama, it's a Meta's 1.4 trillion tokens, because many of our mobile phones we use Meta, and WhatsApp is there, Meta is there. Sometimes Meta will not give you accurate answers, because why it is not giving accurate answers is the data on which it is trained is very limited. But Meta is mostly you can use a Meta as a retrieval augmented generative model, because whatever happening in a real world, it captures and gives that to you. Then you have a Palm from this is a very older model of Google, Pathway language model. So 780 billion tokens. Then Bird from a Google. These are older models. Then Falcon, Claude. You're working for the research and all. Claude is Anthropic with approximately about 3 trillion tokens of data. So Claude is mostly used for kind of research, academic research. All the database corpus it has related to academic research. Now Claude also slowly transforming from its corpus to the earlier it is only its internal data it is used to use, but now it is using internal data as well as external data also. So this will decide the efficiency of your models. When you are looking at working on something, which model gives you a better, this is the thing which works behind your models. Then next, art of prompting. This is all the images used in this AI are generated by me, and if they don't make any meaning, also don't mind. That's the way I was able to create them. Right? This is what kind of a painting is this? Yeah. So giving us some instruction, Amma. Thank you. So my purpose is done. This is a kind of oil paints. So first 2 images which has been generated using a, I guess I used them using a Leonardo. Well, stock out. Then I went to designer, got this all the images because felt boring with using the photo stock images. The photo stock images everyone knows, recognizes, but this image something is unique and which is created. I mean, so it is telling to the AI. So prompt is that. When you're talking about a prompt is an instruction that you give to the AI. Now, how effectively you give an instruction, the best option result that you get. So everything to get from the AI depends on how you are instructing it. Okay. So and just in a very lighter way, especially many women faculty are here. You may go to the shopping, buying a sarees and all. So when you go to the shops, that seller who says, he'll say order, "Arey, madam ki rendu chai తీసుకున్నారా or water bottle తీసుకున్నారా?" What రాదు. Unless otherwise you close your deal. ఫైనల్గా అయిపోయి ఇది చీర పక్కకు పెట్టి అది పక్కకు పెట్టంటే అప్పుడు వాటర్ బాటిల్ వస్తుంది. అప్పుడు దాకా రాదు అది. సో దట్ ఇస్ ద ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇట్ గివ్. సో దే హ్యావ్ అ కోడ్ వర్డ్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ ఇఫ్ ఐ సే తీసుకోవాలి దే యూజ్ అ స్పెసిఫిక్ వర్డ్ దెన్ ఓన్లీ యూ గెట్ ద వాటర్. అదర్వైజ్ మనం ఎదురు చూస్తుంటాం వస్తుంది రాదు. So the instruction that you give to the AI, based on that you get the output. Now, when you are giving an instructions to the AI, there is a framework. This is this framework based on all experiences from here and there, reading from multiple sources, attending different courses. I created this for me. In the sense, one is that the command. Whenever you are writing an instruction to the AI, the first sentence should be the command or the instruction. What is that you want the AI to do for you? You want to write a mail, then you say that write. You want to draw an image, draw. You want to do a calculation, you calculate. Whatever it is there, the first sentence of your prompt should be that, the instruction. So it may be instruction or a request. Tell me about who is the prime minister of the country, or who is what, or differentiate between so and so forth. Whatever it is there, the first thing, because in AI, when you are giving a chain of prompts, the first thing will have a highest probability. The first command will have highest probability and highest weightage also. Based on that only remaining things work. So first is the command. Second is the character. Character is the role play. This is what kind of a character that you are asking to AI to play. You have to tell it. Like let us say let us say chemistry faculty is there. Now instead of asking what is the thermodynamics or something like that, you can ask that now you are a professor or a faculty member with 20 years of experience teaching to a fresher engineering grad with no understanding of a chemistry and all. You are giving a character there. So you are a professor of chemistry. Now answer this. Now anytime that you write, you have to assign a character, a role play to the AI. What happens is when you assign a role play for it, when it is crawling the verb, it will look for the chemistry professors who are across the world and who spoke about that content. What is their version? So the language that the professors uses, it will bring that same language here. Otherwise, common man language it will give. And we don't want a common man language, we want a technical language. So you want a technical language mean only technical persons can speak about it. That's the third one is the context. Tell in which context you want the output should be. Your faculty, you are targeting at your students, all those things you have to clearly define. Then the theme, that is a style or a tone in which you want your output should be. So it is a persuasive, convincing, command, or request, whichever it is there. You have to mention these themes and styles are very useful when you are working on a creating an images, generating images, videos, all those cases. It will work, and even your email writings and all. Then you can also put a constraints. Constraint is you get an answer within how many words the particular part to be defined or explained, or how it should be explained, how many number of examples you want, what calculation. So everything you can give it as a constraint. So you can tell that this is what my limit is. Give me up to only this extent. Then the structure, output, how you want to output. Output you want to put in the bulleted points, headings, subheadings, listed points, or tables, paragraphs, or Excel sheet. Any format that you have, you can instruct this. So when you are writing, when you are giving a prompt, see that this structure is followed. And many times we may not be able to give all the 6 features there, but whichever applicable features are there, you have to see that those features are available there on a prompt. Then while writing prompts, these are basic things. Use a clear and precise language. Be specific and detailed what exactly that you want. Then constraints, so and so forth. Use a natural language. Then in the process of your interacting with the AI and all, when I'm talking to the others also, I forgot those grammar, right? Simply I'm saying that I am going to come. Instead of I'm saying that I come. Going on, everything in between, whatever the phonetics is there, the what you call other aspects are there. Everything is gone directly. Simple sentences or statements that I am making. Then give examples if required. You have a numericals is there, and you want to generate similar kind of numericals. Give 1 or 2 numericals, upload it, and ask the AI to do it again. It will give you multiple examples. Then build and reiterate. Reiterating is you keep on trying it multiple times, then give feedback and correct. So there is a up thumb and down thumb. Whenever you don't like it, click on a down thumb. It will learn. Then normally the length, when you're talking about the prompts, so short or clear prompts will have approximately 21 words. So how many of you give a 21 word prompt to the AI? We simply write a 4-word, 5-word prompts. That's the reason why it also gives the answer what it wishes. If you want to have a precise, then you have to give a lengthy prompts. Minimum 21 words it takes to give a prompt and get the right output. Then text-based tasks, somewhere between 50 to 200 words. Morning is when I was sitting with Joshua Mama, I saying that sometimes instead of asking the AI to do some work for me, I write on my own. If it is a 50-word, 100-word letters or something is there, instead of asking it, giving it a 50-word, 100-word prompt, you write on your own. Same instruction, you write it. So that will be more easy. But we can use the AI for the lengthy or longer things. Then AI art kind of things, when you're creating images, pictures and all, then it goes to some 60 to 150 words is required to give a right prompt. Now these are the examples of prompts. So it works like act like is a character which you are giving. Then include, if you want to have include examples, include the case studies, include numericals, include anything from while preparing your notes and all, you can include it. Column is an output if you have you want to measure advantages and disadvantages. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of so and so? Give it in a 2-columnar table. Advantages in one column and disadvantages in one. But comparative things it will give. The find, it is a kind of search. Define things, convert numbers into values, values into numbers, any kind of a conversion, currency conversion, all those things you can do. You can ask you calculate, numerical problems are there, you can upload it, ask it to calculate, and many a times they give you wrong answers. Don't worry, they are learning. AI tools are learning. Then generate ideas for research papers. You are writing a new research papers, thinking about them. Do that, create a list. Then if you're planning for going outside or something, then ask your AI to give you a list. Then recommend the solutions, explain concepts, outline steps. These outline steps is very important for the faculty members who are actually teaching. In the sense, a complex equation is there, and that has to be explained to the students. So you can ask it to explain it in a step-by-step process. It will tell the step-by-step process. Also, you can ask AI to explain its reasoning also, why this it calculated that such a way. It will give so that we can learn how the AI is working. Then in addition to this, I also have a shorten, it gives a lengthy description, cut it short, design script, create surveys, analyze workflows. So these are all multiple prompts in the sense that which you can give. As I was mentioning, these prompts should come first in your prompting. So you are saying that okay, you have a very lengthy paragraph, you want to shorten it. So start with shorten the below paragraph. Don't upload the paragraph first and ask the shorten. First is shorten the below paragraph. So it understands that okay, this is the command which I'm giving. Then it takes a paragraph and shortens it. Right. Now again, AI for teachers. As a teachers, what is that we can do with an AI? So this again I created this left hand. I try to instruct the chat GPT, boss, I am a right hander, not a left hander. Put me into right hand. 10 times I tried. It didn't understand what I am trying to tell. So I said, okay, fine, I'll take this one only. If you look at it, this is a left hander, right? And what I want is, first I asked it to generate an image, it generated it. Then I noticed that okay, remaining all is fine, but it is using a left hand. But I want to have a right hand. I give an instruction saying that use a pen with the right hand, write on right hand, use the left hand for a keyboard and all. It was not able to understand. I said, okay, fine. దీని ఇంతే తెలుసు అనుకుంటే ఏదో తీసేసుకుందాం ఫ్రీగా వచ్చింది కదా ఇక్కడ దాకా చాలే. So this is another in the sense when you are working with an AI, sometimes we all have an illusion that AI can do anything and everything on this earth. No, it will not do. It will do only things which it knows. Only things it has got, it's a repository. Only that, to that extent only it will do, otherwise it will not do anything. Now, as a teachers, what is that we can do with an AI? Starting from your lesson planning, session planning, teaching notes, rubrics, formative assessments, write stories, write skits, small case, in the sense, case writing, generate examples, draw images, do research, all this in the sense. How many of you are using AI for this? Good, good. All right, right. So for all the purposes, or at least majority of the things, yeah. So we use all this for our purposes. Now, when you are using all this for the different purposes, what I'm going to show you is how we can do a little effectively and by saving a smaller time. That's the one. Then now the theoretical part is done. I'm done with this AI tools demonstration. Again, this is again a image generated using some AI. I thought audience will be sitting with their laptops and you start working on it, but fine. So this is a demonstration. So these are the tools which I'm going to demonstrate based on the time. Maybe I'm not be able to work on all the tools, but few tools which actually which I'm using currently and which are fascinating me. The first one is a Mistral. Mistral is an AI tool, a French one, and recently entered into this game. Hardly 1.5 year back, but it is creating a revolution. So creating a revolution, and it's a free open source. And DeepSeek, Meta, in a Gemini we use Gemini Deep Research we'll use, and Notebook LM. I'll come back, and Google AI Studio, Perplexity, as in every one of you is knowing Perplexity. I'm not going to touch the Perplexity. Magic School also not. GPTs within the embedded. Semantic Scholar for research, and that another one is a Citrus Search. So these the bottom three are for research, and top three are for teaching related things, and Notebook LM is for separate purpose. Deep Research and Google Studio is agentic AI kind of a thing. So three aspects I'm looking at. One is your teaching, one is your self-learning, and third one is your research. So how many of you know these? Mistral, how many of you know? No. Okay, fine. Amma, కొంచెం కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ వచ్చింది మీకు తెలియదు నాకు ఒకటి తెలుసు. How many of you know Notebook LM? Notebook LM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Disappointed. And Gemini Deep Research. Oh, every one of you know. Okay, fine. Google AI Studio. 1, 2, 3. Good. Computer science faculty, sir. You know, you are into which faculty stream? Civil engineering. That's what engineering. Okay. And you? No, sir. English. Oh, English, and you're using deep research. Okay, good. Even AI Studio also. Will you, sir? CS Computer Sciences. Okay. So, right. Even though uh, what do you call as luckily only very few of you know, so that I can tell, I can confidently continue my session. So we'll start with the Mistral, right? And this, yeah, that AI, yeah, and all these are free tools. So this is a Mistral AI, and like it is the same as a GPT or any AI other tool, but only differentiation is it works much faster than any other tool and gives you more detailed descriptions of anything that you ask. So once opening it, and then you go to Mistral AI, then here, so you just throw a topic, I'll ask it. What is it you want to Mistral to do for you? Anything. Learning management system. So what exactly you want about a learning management system? Anything on learning management system? Yeah. And here I'll show you. Now Office has got a tools. See, these are all in the sense. If you observe on the top of my notebook, you find multiple sheets. Now earlier we used to have a notebook which has got only one copy. Now the new version is having a multiple copies. Why I'm not showing a complete thing here, but what I'm using for this is a notebook. You can use your create a prompt directories. Prompt directory. Open one notebook and you create a prompt directory. It is like for each and every time we repeatedly we do the same thing again and again, again and again. Instead of that, you create a template. And for every time prompt, you create a prompt. Now let us say we are talking about what is that, sir? Learning management systems. So as we start with, let me say, define learning management system. This is the one thing that we can give. This is a simple command or a prompt that we are giving. Now, instead of saying this, you can give a chain of prompts. Now, in learning management system, one is the definition. So I hold a shift key and enter. It went to the second line automatically. When you are giving a prompts, also keep in mind that one command in one sentence, whether command, context, or anything is there in one context. So define learning management system. It's a task that we assign. Now, why is that you want to do this? For whom you want to know about it? You want to learn about for yourself, for giving for your students, or for what purpose? As a teaching note, reading material, for what purpose you want to know about a learning management system? Let us say I want to create a teaching material for this. Okay. Now define learning management system. Create a lecture note on learning management system. Second command I give. Then target audience. Just I'm giving a colon and target audience. I'm mentioning that computer science students with no knowledge of learning management systems, application softwares and all, and give examples of real life applications of learning management systems. Then suggest prominent tools on learning management system. So this is one format in the sense advantages, disadvantages, or anything that you want to have. So, and also you can say that how learning management system help or expedite learning. And give all these in 1,000 words because we don't want to have a lengthy readings and all. Give all these in 1,000 words. Headings in bold. You can also mention a Times New Roman, so and so forth, everything. Now, I'm copying this for the time's sake. You give a prompt, it started giving you the query. It gives us the same order in which we asked it. So, learning management system, lecture note on learning management, introduction to LMS, definitions and overview, core components of a learning management system, then real life applications of learning management system, higher education, corporate training, K-12s, continuing prominent LMS tools, Canva, Schoology, then how LMS helps expert friend learning, then the conclusion. Right. So now if at all we go to another one, Gemini, then we'll say that what we asked is simply we said learning manage. So if we give a prompt this way, learning management system, so this is another output. This says if you open it for the AI to define it, it will give answer it the way it likes. It will not give in a structural. But mostly what happens is as a teachers when we are giving a notes, we have a structured format. So your definition, examples, then your if you're giving a numericals, you give a numericals, advantages, disadvantages, then MCQs, everything we'll have. So using this Mistral or any AI tool like this, you can create a what you call as your teaching notes for your subject. Topic wise teaching notes can be prepared this. And once you prepare this, then you can say that create a quiz. I'm asking to create a quiz using above content. Already we created a content, asking you to create a quiz. Now using above content, giving a quiz with 5 questions and 5 options for each question. I'm limiting how many number of questions for each question using content. Here again we write that two questions with basic level of difficulty, 2 questions with moderate level of difficulty, and 1 question with high level of. So I'm giving a constraints. What I'm saying is it as create a quiz. That's a simple thing that we do, but in that I'm giving a content. Content is also given. Use the same content. So whatever the content that you shared with your students on the same content, you can create a quiz. Now you are asking for a 5 questions. In the 5 questions, 2 is basic level, 2 moderate level, and 1 with a difficulty level. And I'll take a same prompt here. Copy this here. Go to you look at the Mistral, the speed with which Mistral is working with Gemini. It gives you the answers much faster than it. So you have a question, basic level questions, 2 questions are there. Then answer key is also there. Then moderate level of questions. Then high level of a question. So each question have a 5 options and answers also. Now when you give this to the class, and you can tinker this here and there also, so that easy questions or the basic questions any student can answer. Moderate questions, students who pay attention towards your reading notes and all, they'll answer. Difficult question, who understands the things, they can answer. Or you can also give here the Bloom's taxonomy also. Mention the design of 5 questions using the different levels of a Bloom's taxonomy. Question 1 on a basic level, understand, remember, and what is it? Finally is evaluate. Alright, based on that levels, you can ask questions. It will give you questions based on that. Now, advantage in the sense why I'm focusing on this is normally when I go to class and teach, I prepare a teaching notes. I'll send to the students. So this is a topic which we are going to discuss in a class today. Done. Notes has been shared to the students one day before. What we call that as a what kind of a teaching pedagogy is that when you send the notes first and ask to flipped classroom, sir. Good, thank you. So flipped classroom, you send the notes, they come back to the students class and you ask the questions. Then to test, conduct a quiz. Now we can conduct a quiz in the beginning itself to know that whether students read the or not. They say that no sir, I read. చదువుకొని వచ్చిన మేడం మొత్తం చదివేసినాను ఆన్సర్ చేయరా ఫస్ట్ తర్వాత మీరు మాట్లాడదాం. So that's in the sense you can use this triple cal because you give the same notes. From the same notes you created your question bank. From the same question bank you are asking it. Then you are spending more time on discussing rather than this. Okay, so this is one that you can use. Then coming to meta, very rarely I use meta, and meta is a yeah, we can just in case of a meta, if you want to know anything contemporary which is going to happen now or most in the news and all, then you can use a meta. Like as I said, it is a retrieval augmented generative model. Something happens new in the country, let us say differentiate the leadership qualities of Modi and Trump. Leader ranges now. So because it works on all these things. So just this is a question I asked it. It is asking me to check. Otherwise, Modi Kopmustari. I don't want to become another Galla Jaydev. So fine. No, this stump is not. Okay, fine. Yeah. I guess it is visible for you. So leadership styles of Donald Trump, economic policies, what each leader his orientation or approach towards this. So now this gives you a perfect in the sense whatever it is available. Now this is fine. This anyone can ask. What is the differentiation that we can do from here is show your reasoning. In the sense, how is that you derive to this conclusion of differentiating one leader from the other leader? Show your reasoning. Now it gives you explanation why it said that leadership style, Donald Trump is known as assertive and unpredictable approach and is not afraid to take a bold actions like America first and all. And Modi ji also says specific questions. So economic development, infrastructure, poverty and all. So for each, in the sense, whatever that it do, it will give you the reasoning. Let us say, yeah, domestic focus. Trump talks about the border control, immigration, implementing, so and so forth. Narendra Modi talks about Ayushman Bharat for health, so and so, make in India, all these things. Based on all these things, it created a yeah. Personal queries in the sense. Most probably no, sir. Most probably no, because we don't. Yeah, it can take you to your IP address and all. You can identify you are an Indian and all, but it gives a answer based on its reasoning only, not whether what kind of a person we asked and all. So let me say. Okay, I'll ask. Yeah. Find this meta or any AI tool. Whenever you are doing mathematical calculations, anything that you have, you can ask it for a reasonings. let me say, define what you call as, I'm taking a very basic mathematics, please don't laugh at me. A plus B define A plus B whole square, just very entire mathematics answer one. So I'll take a so it defined it excluding, and you can see that what are the sources also. Somebody was mentioning that now AI started giving us sources. So this meta will give you sources also. Now even Gemini are also giving the sources and all. So now because all the retrieval augmented generative models will tell you the sources. Fine, this is this meta part is done. And then Gemini, yeah, and DeepSeek. Okay, anyways we are using. In a Gemini we'll go for the deep research. Mistral also I'll close. Yeah. In the Gemini, how many of you are using this? Some of you said that you are using a deep research. So deep research is the concept which gives you a detailed report on any topic that you ask for. Maybe 30, 40, 50 pages of a report also it will generate. Now the beauty of this is it will tell you uphand what are the steps that is following, and you have an option of editing it also. You can have an option of editing it also. So let me, anyone of you give any try on what kind of a topic you want to do a deep research? Yeah, Chapandi, any topic? Can you just earthquake analysis? No, it you want to have write a report on that. Okay, T in Hyderabad. Okay, how you pronounce spell it? TS. No T. SEIS seismic analysis in Hyderabad. We want to write a report on this. Now we'll see. Normally, yeah, we are not going in anything. This is saying that okay, seismic analysis in Hyderabad, and simply click a deep research. So a deep research in 1 month it will give you 10 reports max. So you need to be very careful in generating a report. So if you want to have a project report kind of a thing, any language, anything that you are doing, you can do with this. On seismic analysis in Hyderabad, deep research. So just, and it takes some time also. It will not give you answer very quickly. It takes time, but still we'll see. I highlighted earlier, it was in the gray color. Now this is a gray color, right? And this also 2.5 flash only, right? So it works on a 2.5 flash. So you have a deep research, click on a deep research, then submit. Now just have some patience and watch how the AI is working, because that is important. In the sense, it will tell you how it is going to conduct this research study, and you can edit also. So here you are saying that I have a, here is the plan I have put together. Now seismic analysis in Hyderabad, research websites, determine the seismic zone in Hyderabad, so on and so forth. So for using websites, now what can be done here? It is telling you how it is going to conduct a research. Determine the seismic zone classification in Hyderabad, Telangana, identify its historical seismic activities, investigate the geological and tectonic characteristics, identify the specific building codes, research the common methodologies, find engineering firms, research institutions which are working on it, search for any significant research papers and academic related on this, explore information on seismics, analyze the results, and create a report. Now if you are okay with this, fine. Otherwise, you can click a edit plan. You can click on edit, and once it gives you, wherever you want to make any changes, now you can add a text also here. You can copy this one, do edit and come back. Then let us say, okay, fine, this is your research is there. Okay. And just it will generate the report. So it takes little time, but it will generate the detailed report of what you asked from research approach to the end. And it also mentions you the research websites it used and what kind of research, where from it fetched the data and all. And these research insights will help you go back and cross check, validate, come back. And any research project that you are talking about, you can use the deep research. But limit is that as of now, it is only a 10 reports per month. So it keeps on working entirely, whatever the outline it has been defined, until that outline completes, it will give you the answer. Okay. So these are all, I'll come back to that again. Now coming to the, your deep research is done, Google AI Studio. Then a Google, this AI Studio, yeah, I'll, yes. Here if you look at the token count, normally any AI tool that you are using it has got a limit, in the sense how many number of instructions that you give or output it's will give. Maximum it is around 1000, 10,000, 5,000. But in case of AI Studio, this is your token count is 10 lakhs. Up to 10 lakh words of a conversations that you can have with the AI Studio. Right? You're starting from basic things to, you keep on answering, asking questions until your limit of a 10 lakh words completes. The history will be the same there. Now AI Studio is, you can use AI Studio as your agentic AI. In the sense, suppose you are as a faculty member, after a certain point of a time, we want to learn something, we don't know where to go and how to learn, who will teach us and all. So you can use a AI Studio for that. Let me check. Instead of demonstrating all, I'll show you. Yeah. This conversation, earlier, some time back, I was thought of writing a research paper. This is conversation, still I am continuing with it. I'll just demonstrate what it is there. I'm not writing this. You can take a clue from this. So I am working on a time series data, right? And I forgot of in the fancy of AI tools and all, basic time series analysis which I am core at. I forgot all those things. So I want to revise it. I can't go to my scholars and ask what is this, what is that, and all. And no professor is there to teach me. So I use the AI. Now here you are a senior professor. The same framework which I used, financial econometrics with experience in time series analysis. I am your student. Then guide me in a step-by-step process and help me identify correct econometric models to do analysis. Guide me a step-by-step process. Then continue our conversation until I say thank you. This I was using for the past 15 days or 20 days. I didn't say thank you. I'm continuing it because every time I'm getting a new doubt, I'm going back and asking it, going back and asking it. So no professor will have that patience to answer unless there is a AI Studio. No one will answer. So that at the end, give a report on what should I and what models best suits my research. But in the process only, I'm like, now keeping once this gave an idea and I started a conversation. It started with a very basic inputs. Excellent, I am delighted, so and so forth. As a teachers, we say that eye washing is done. Then step one, the research process. If you are talking about how to conduct a research, it started saying that understand your data and research objectives. It is guiding, as we guide our students for doing a project works, the same pattern it follows. Just look at understand. Step one, understand your data and research objectives. So nature of a data is this. Your research objective should be whether it is on forecasting, causal relation, descriptive, volatility models. Then once you say this, it didn't tell entire answer to me. అరే ఫస్ట్ నువ్వు ఏం చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నావు తెలుసుకో, తర్వాత నా దగ్గరికి రా. సో ఆ రెండు అయిపోయింది. దెన్ వన్స్ ఐ సెట్ ఓకే, దిస్ ఇస్ మై నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాంప్ట్. ఇట్స్ అ మల్టీవేరియట్ టైమ్ సిరీస్ And the dependent variables is stock index, independent variables, data frequency, data in years, observations. Anni cheppina gaani data into cheppalenu nenu daniki. Because that data is I want to keep for myself. So just I give a outline what is this. Now based on this, now it started suggesting me how is that you have to work. Step 1, initial data exploration and pre-processing. Visualization you have to do. Then descriptive statistics run. You run a stationarity test. Then correlation analysis. Now task for you now. It asking me to do what I have to do. In the sense, please perform these tasks. Visual observations, stationary test, initial correlations. అవన్నీ చేసిన తర్వాత take your time with this foundational work and come back to me. Then after I did all this, then I went back again. So each independent variable is measured on different scales because I know my data and I know what are the challenges that I'm encountering. I said these are the challenges and all. Now because of these settings, then it says this is a very common and important observations. Transformations are what you have to do. For everything, like a teacher and a student conversation, it drives me the entire thing. Now, once I am done with this, then I called my scholars or colleagues. I said, okay, come on, what is that you are doing and all this transformation, that transformation. Sir, negative values, log transformation is not working. Then you go for a cube transformation. Already so I learned all the things and with very confidence I spoke to scholars. And this helped us to complete entire data analysis. This is what type of a model, how to run analysis, everything it guided step by step, and I'm still continuing it. Now after that, once we have a results, I'm asking this is the result I got. Now what I can do based on this result, how to interpret this result. Now this is you can use instead of developing an AI agents of your own, you can use an AI studio, and this conversation takes up to 10 million in the sense 1 million tokens. We don't have a need to learn on one particular topic for such a lengthy conversations. All right. And this AI studio, I'm also teaching the same to my daughter also. My daughter is now in a +1, so intermediate first year. She every time she's also she took a commerce. I'm also commerce. She expects that dad knows everything because for every girl child, dad is the hero. He knows everything. I said, "Beta, it is very difficult for me to teach all these things. I'll teach you one tool, AI Studio. Now, anytime you have a query, you ask it. It will tell. If it don't give the right answer, then come back. My wife scolds. ఎందుకు పిల్లల్ని చెడగొడుతున్నావు గాలి అయిపోతారు క్రియేటివిటీ దెబ్బతింటుంది అది పోతుంది no creativity comes when you are actually using it, when you know the power of the tool. Unless otherwise you know the power of a tool, you can't criticize it, and you should know that what the tool can do for you. మనం స్టూడెంట్స్ క్లాస్లోకి వెళ్తే కాపీ కొట్టేస్తున్నారు అది ఇది నువ్వు కాపీ కొట్టకుండా ఇవ్వాల్సిన రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ టీచర్ది. బట్ జనరల్ స్టూడెంట్ యాటిట్యూడ్ కాపీ కొట్టడం. టీచర్ యొక్క రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ ఏంటంటే వాడు కాపీ కొట్టినా కూడా ఆన్సర్ చేయాలని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇచ్చే రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ మనం. అది ఎప్పుడు ఇస్తామంటే మనం బాగా వాడినప్పుడు. The more you use, the more familiar you become with the AI, the more complex questions or create things that you can create. So this is AI tools and all. Then now your deep research is ready here. By the time we come back, so seismic classification and historical activity, geological context, next step in our research. So seismic zone classification, all the websites, everything is there. Everything is there for your study. I think for going through all these websites and creating such kind of a report, it takes 15-20 days for us. But here within 15 minutes, we have a report. Now you cross check that with the other things. Based on that, you create your research ideas, generate a research idea, what you can do, what you can't do, all those things. So this deep research is also done. Yeah. Then coming to your GPTs. How many of you explore GPTs? Chat GPT, you all know, right? In the chat GPTs, you explore the GPTs also. So in the chat GPTs, onto your left hand side, you find something called as the GPTs. So here these are the GPTs. Now for every topic on this earth, now you have a GPT. Every topic, let us say, I want to learn chemistry. Well, writing a right spelling. So if you want to learn the chemistry, or if you want to learn anything specific to the chemistry, you have a GPTs exclusively for chemistry. And here the faculty members who are there, engineering, computer science, or any other, you can also build GPTs of your own. Simply go to the plan, create it, buy some tools, and start experimenting it. You can generate your own GPTs also. So chemistry GPT is there. Now organic chemistry, which chemistry you want for each and every tool. In this sense, all these are for specific to the chemistry areas. You don't need to go to the chat GPT and search for this. Also comes from a chat GPT only. But the thing is that of the 10 trillion tokens that the chat GPT has got, chemistry related maybe only a 50 million tokens or 1 million tokens. So these GPTs work only on that 1 million tokens of a data. And it will be a more specific, more clear to the required things. And next is that because it is going to using a limited data, the hallucinations will not happen with the AI. What happens is in case of AI, if large volume of a data is given, it gets confused. And many a times it gives you hallucinations. It gives answer what it likes and all. So specific GPTs will help you to focus on that. Now let us say a chemistry solver is there. So based on that, let me take this. All subject areas, civics, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, or any area you mentioned, you have a exclusive GPTs for research writing, research paper topics. You want to generate research paper topics, research methodology, or you want to identify research gaps, data analysis tools. For everything, you have an exclusive GPTs. There are data analysis GPTs where you can open a data analysis GPT, upload your Excel sheet, and get the results done. So here, once this is open, now, as this program is organized by chemistry, any topic on a chemistry which you want to know about, very complex kind of a topic. Spell, sir. CORR. Your complete details on this explanation, formula, equations, steps. You want type description. I don't understand all this, sir. మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది చూడండి. So like in a sense, these are the specific to your AI tools. So GPTs are one which you can explore based on your subject areas and all. Then comes to the how many of you semantic scholar? All of you, right? Semantic scholar is for now I move to the research. Teaching is done, learning is done. Now it is a research. So semantic scholar, general like it's an online library only, but it has got a certain features which do a lot of help for us in doing a research and understanding a research. Now first thing is whenever we are talking about doing a research and all, we want to understand what kind of papers which has been published in that area, and how each article is being done and what kind of research and all. So let me I don't, because this is a research, I don't give you an option of doing research. I do my research because I will be very familiar with what I am doing. Let us say I am working on a financial inclusion broad topic. I started giving it broad topic in the sense I want to know what kind of a contemporary research is happening in the area of a financial research. So nothing more than this, simply a search. Now it gives you me all this, but I'm not interested because whenever we are starting doing a research, the first thing that we have to do is what are the recent papers which is published in this area, not a historical one, but recent. So here, semantic scholar has an options, field of study. I want into business. Then it has one option of a date range. I'm refining a date range only to the 24 and 25, only recent works that I want, and has a PDF or journal conferences, social science citations and all. That's a fine. Let me take archive. This is a Cornell University's source, and also click on a has a PDF. right? So this is a search which we do in general. First thing is you pay attention towards the LTDR. LTDR is too long, didn't read. LTDR is a short form of a too long, didn't read. Earlier, when we are writing about, in the sense, reading a research papers, so reading entire paper is a too long thing. Thereafter, reading a summary became a too long thing. Thereafter, reading abstract became a too long thing. Now we are not even reading abstract also. We want everything in a very shorter form. So abstract is becoming longer. So now it is saying that TLDR, too long, didn't read. This is abstract is too long, I didn't read. So it gives you a small paragraph there. So entire article is expressed in a 50 or 60 words. So you can click on expand here. So abstract is there. Abstract is bottom, but above abstract, you have a simple description of this. In the sense, by reading that one sentence, you can make a call whether I have to read this paper, download this paper or not. Right? So, in a sense, quickly, because when you are doing a literature review, we are asked to do a literature review of 100 200 pages, papers. Now, where from you identify those 100 papers which actually matches your requirement, and 100 abstracts of 300 or 500 words each, 100 into 300, how much? How many words? 30,000. 100 into 300, 30,000 words we don't read. So instead of that, you have a 50, 20, 30 words, 30 into 100 is a fine, 3,000 words, okay. So that now as you are using a technology, it is giving you a help. Now abstract is done. Then you have a PDF of this article available. So click on a PDF. Because this is a XI in the sense archive from a Cornell University. So this PDFs, whatever the PDFs that is Semantic Scholar has got, in that onto the right hand side you will find something called as a skimming assistant. Yeah. Yes, only app. Only app open access. Otherwise you have to pay. So in a skimming, you look at the skimming assistant here. So skimming assistant classifies your entire paper into three parts. One is that it gives you what is the goal of the paper, then what is the method used in this paper, and what are the results of paper. So you don't need to, in a sense, read the entire thing. If you want to understand the goal of the paper, simply wherever this blue color is highlighted, only read that part of the paper. So here let us say, yeah, somewhere these references are here. Now let me say that the goal of the paper, examples. So 12 highlights are there under goal of a paper, methods, all these references which are giving. Right? Yeah. Show margin flags, you don't need, or you want to show the highlights. So each time your method is there, it gives you a highlights. In the sense, instead of reading entire paper, it helps you to identify the highlights of the paper and read that. Now the same paper, what we have here, what we can do is, especially into the computer science papers. So we here I'm looking at the ARXIV archive. This is a Cornell University. The PDF is one. The second is the archive. Click on this. So you can easily download this paper and for further reading and references. All right. Now, when you are talking about this, sorry, semantic scholar, then well, let me talk about machine learning. So this paper has got highest citations. Then just click on this. Then all the papers, especially in a semantic scholar, which are into archive, ARCHIV, that is a Cornell University, each article is embedded with the AA assistant. You don't need to go take this article and go somewhere and do a AA assistant. So AA assistant is here. So once this paper is there, now what is the goal of this paper? All right, you click on this. What is the goal of this paper? And submit. You have a answer here. And it is giving, because this is the beta version now, it is giving you two options, which one is the right or wrong. Whichever you say, there is a model B is better. Then, so this is done. Now, in a sense, for each research question, the AI is embedded into it. Whatever that you want to ask about this question, methodology, model. Earlier, what you used to do is take this PDF, go to the Ask PDF, put it in Ask PDF, and do the analysis. Now it is not required. Semantic scholar, especially computer science, all the papers which are into RQ can be analyzed here itself. Then you have a citations here are the topics. Each paper is there. Their citations, and an important aspect is highly influenced papers also. In the sense, you don't need to look at the papers which is more popular, which is less popular and all. Semantic scholar is automatically giving you the highly influenced papers. That means instead of reading all the hundreds of papers, whichever the papers which are highly influenced, you can read only those highly influenced papers and all. So this way, in the sense, it will help you to broaden your research with a very limited time or a lesser time period. Okay. So for each of these stock relevances and all, let me training on a test data, limited, highly influenced papers, open access. It's got a PDF. You can download a PDFs and all. So this is one, and then finally, notebook LM. Notebook LM is one. This is you can use this for one is for the research and all. Second for is if you're preparing for your class. Nowadays, online books are available everywhere, and you're going to the class, want to teach the class 10 page, first 10 papers. Now from the textbook, take a print of the 10 papers, put it aside separate. If you're normally what we teachers do is students read only one textbook, they don't read at all, but we teachers read 4-5 textbooks. So on the same topic. So you are having 5 textbooks, same topic, 5 each book has got 10 papers, right? 10, 5 PDF files, you separate it and you will keep. On one topic, sources from 5 textbooks, you have a documents. Now once you have that done, now here you have a created notebook. That's a one example. Second example is if you're doing a research on a research papers. So you downloaded 5-10 research papers, or internet sources are also there. So put them all at once and you can do an analysis. So here I'll show you one example. So create new book, and it will ask you to upload the sources. Now uploading the sources on my desktop. For this purpose, I downloaded some papers here. So this is another paper. This is another paper. This is another paper. So 4 papers, fine. So 4 papers are there. I clicked on these 4 papers. So these 4 papers are uploaded to the notebook, right? Now here you have an option of looking at all the 4 papers or one paper. Let me say I will uncheck all these things. I'm not interested in all the papers in one go. Let's say 5 textbooks are there. One textbook I want. So just this chapter, this paper I want to analyze. So I click this one paper, selected this one, and here generate deep. Instead of all those things, I click on a mind map. Click on a mind map. Mind maps, we know how when we are going for a class, we create a mind map, how we teach that. So we'll create a mind map here. So it will, in a 1 minute or a few seconds, it will generate a mind map for us. Now once it is generated mind map, on the right side pane, you will find that here you can see that new mind map, generating a mind map is here. So it will create a mind map for you. And here it is also audio overview is also there. If you click on audio overview, it will read the entire paper for you. Right, here done, this paper mind map has been created. Now we are clicking on a mind map. So it created a mind map. In the sense, the paper structure has been defined here. The starting from your abstract, introduction, then all those components of, if your notebook chapter is there, you put it, all the headings, subheadings, everything will be defined there. Now, once you have an arrow here, you click on arrow, it will take you to the next layer. In the sense, in abstract, what are the topics which has been covered in an abstract. If no arrows are mentioned there, mean that's the end of the story there. So similarly, let us take methodology is here. You can just minimize this again back. So you have methodology here. So methodology, it is talking about three parts. One is a sample data, and second one is data analysis and ethical considerations. Sample and data has got a arrow. Click on this. Now, how the data is analyzed? You got a steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which that means instead of reading an entire article, what we can do is by having a small notes, you can create the time in the sense of the mind map, saying that what are the topics which has been covered there in a quick reference. So the entire paper you can read it in 5 minutes. Doing that, what are the things that is there? Now this is one part. Now what if I said that okay, as a teachers we take a five same chapter from 5 textbooks. So you take all the 5 textbooks, put it here and select all. Now again go back to the mind map. Now this time what it will do is it will create a mind map from all the 4 papers which have been listed here, not from a one. So from all the 4 it will generate, do its processing, everything, and it creates a mind map. So yeah, generating mind map. Here you have a, on this broad topic, now you have a mind map. So definition of a fintech, then key concepts in a fintech, then diversification. If you observe the previous one, on that particular paper, it started with abstract and end with a conclusion. But when you have a 4 papers put that, it considered as the entire concept. So it is a total concept. On concept, definition of a fintech, how the fintech is defined. Now there are 4 ways with which fintech is being defined. Then what are the key concepts in financial inclusion? Now financial inclusion and digital financial inclusion, mobile financial inclusion. So if you are interested in knowing about what exactly digital financial inclusion is there. So digital financial inclusion is classified in other 3 formats. Now this is how you can create the entire mind maps for your paper. Now once these mind maps are done, here you have a timeline. On the other side, this mind map is here. I'm not going to audio overview, it takes a lot of time. On the other side, we have a timeline. When you are talking about research papers, you have a 30 research papers. Upload all the 30 research papers here. And normally when you are writing a literature review, we write a literature review based on a chronological order. So what happened first, second, third, fourth, or reverse chronological order, or based on a different strands. Now here you click on a timeline. What it will do is from the entire, all the 4 articles which I have given, or 30 papers that you give, it identifies the time frames and put them in an order. So first, second, third, fourth. In 1980, what happened? 1991, what happened? 92, 93, 94, 95. What happened? It will create the timeline for you. So yeah, here is yeah. You can see timelines pre-2000s. What kind of a research has been done? 1985, 92, 99. During the 2000 period, what happened? 2010, what happened? So 2020s, what happened? Cast of characters, in the sense countries, places on which it is be there. So total timeline has been created here. Now once this is done, let me go back to the studio. Now if your teaching notes is there, you want to 5 chapters, you want to experiment with the students and all, you can create a FAQs, frequently asked questions. So from that, whatever the notes that you given to it, it will create a question bank for you. From those 5 chapters or 6 chapters, it will give a question bank for you, and you can take. And it is a study guide is also there. Briefing document is also there when you have to explain it. So how to explain this concept, entire concept in the most easiest way, the briefing document will give you. So by using this, in the sense, mind maps and these 4 features of a timeline, briefing document, study guide, and FAQs, it will help you in 2 ways. One is that you don't need to worry about how to create my PowerPoint presentation. Simply you can take this as image, put it on your slide and go and teach. Mind map, entire mind map can be. Or take a printout of mind map, keep it your handout and go to the class. Or when you are doing a research, instead of looking at 10 different papers and articles and all, simply have a timelines. You can notice that what is the research happened prior, what research happened which year, what is the contemporary research is happening now. Based on that, you can create a research gaps, identify the research gaps and do the analysis. So here, yeah, your frequency asked questions are there. What factors influence the individual fintech? So UTN, what is a unified theory? All in the sense from entire papers, 5 or 4 papers which are given, it created a FAQs for us, right? So yeah, this is from my side from now. Magic and citrus maps is another one. Just I will show. So in when you are working on semantic scholar, semantic scholar has also have another option called as AI tool. I am not demonstrating that. You can experiment. In a products here, this semantic scholar is now built by AI tool, that is Allen Institute's technology, which is working on it. So here I am going to the API gallery. Like as you have a GPTs in semantic scholar also, there is a something called as a gallery. So these are the galleries which are built on the repository of a semantic scholar for various purposes and all. In this, I'm not going with all. I'm going with the citrus search. So citrus search is one AI tool which is built based on a semantic scholar. Similar to citrus search, there are many others also. Research Rabbit is there, Elicit is there, connected papers. These are all the various AI tools which will help you to do a literature review. Litmaps, citrus search, Research Rabbit, Elicit, connected papers. These are all. Now here, when you have a citrus search, how do you pronounce this? Citrus search. Then here, now I'm going to use the same my idea here. That is financial inclusion. Then search. It will give you the papers on financial inclusion and all. Take one. Then keep the citation network. Click on citation network. Once you click on a citation network and search, it will give a map. And if you put an arrow here, this is my core paper. Now this paper got sources from many other areas. In the sense, in this area, or you can say that a cluster. So this is my paper, and this is connected to the different source papers, right? What are the references mentioned in that paper? It is connected to it. Now that means it will give you an idea of where exactly this research has been originated. What are the previous papers from which this has been originated? All that you will get. And if you are interested in any other paper, let us say this paper is having a higher, when you find a paper with a circle, the circle indicates the citations. The more number of citations it has, it indicates it. So if I say this paper is there, I want to click on this paper, and you see the paper is mentioned on the right hand side. And here this has got a 417 citations. PDF of the paper is also available. Then you can add to a seeds paper. Your paper is there, you can add it, and you can click on a search. Now again, now 2 papers are added into your search. One base paper and another paper. You keep on adding it, and from each paper you can find out the connections. And all the papers which has got a PDF, it is you find that, let us say this is paper, and onto the right hand side you see the here also you can see that PDF icon. Any paper it shows the PDF icon, you can have access to that. You can download the PDF paper. So you can download all these PDFs and put it in a notebook LM, do your research, and start complete your literature review. So all this, in the sense, literature review maybe happens in about 1 day or 2 days. 50-60 papers of literature review can be done in 1-2 days. Plagiarism will be there. Sir, finally, what is the use? Yeah. See, let us take a normal article, research paper published in a journal. How many number of pages it will have? A normal 15-20 papers, 20 papers. And you are doing a normal research paper, we write around 25 to 30 references. 30 into 25. 750 pages. Instead of reading a 750 pages, you will get this abstract. 700 reading a 750 pages is a namunkin. That will never happen. But with this, it will happen in a one day. That's the time saving. That's it. That's the time saving. Instead of having 750 pages reading and all, getting understanding this. Now you say that this I don't even read a 750 pages also. No. So plagiarism, and as a teachers, we should never bother about a plagiarism, because that should not come into our mind at all. We have to write things on our own. The tools, what they are doing is, the largest work that you have to do, it is minimizing it and giving it in a nutshell. And in the process also, many times what will happen is, we don't even understand the core concepts also. Again, you have to read a paper. But the point is, which paper that you have to read, on which paper you have to pay more attention. All these things, the AI will help you out when you are doing academic research. But if you are giving some notes to the students, calculations, this, that, and writing something onto your college magazine and all, there you don't bother about a plagiarism. But academic research, you have to pay attention, and in academic research, there is no scope for a plagiarism. Everything that you have to write on your own. And any research paper, plagiarism happens at two places. One is writing an introduction, second writing in a literature review. These are the two, and there are certain things where we have a plagiarism in a drawing a conclusions also. Shameful thing. There is a conclusion plagiarism mean. So these are the three areas where you have to pay attention and reframe it, work on your own. So tools will minimize your time. That's it. So these are the things from my side. So I'm done. If you have any queries, finally, this is my, again, this is one generated by me. Do you find, is this everything good for this in this image? Wishes? Very good. Wishes spelling is wrong, good. And YOU, okay, that's another. And Rama, KRISS, Krishna is fine, but my surname is wrong. Surname is wrong. Yeah. When I created this, and I normally when I create this, I show to people and all. They said, "Arey sir, దీంట్లో తప్పు ఉంది పెట్టేస్తున్నారంటే తప్పు ఉందనే పెడుతున్నారా దీన్ని" అని చెప్పి. I know that there's a mistake in this. Even then, I put this because I want to tell you that whenever you are doing anything with the AI, there is something called as a humanization or human in loop. Anything that the AI generates, don't take it blindly. Use human in loop and try to check what is the right and wrong, then use. To give that example deliberately, in the sense, mistake I didn't do. I gave a right, everything, right context, anything, but it created this kind of an image for me. Then I said, why should I, okay, this I use as an example. Why I got this thought is, many times morning at home, my wife listen to music or what you call songs in the morning, bhakti పాటలు అవన్నీ పెట్టి వింటుంటా. And we every day morning we fight about that. నేను కాలేజ్కి రెడీ అయిపోతే నేనేమో కొంచెం జోష్గా కాలేజ్కి వెళ్ళాలి. అక్కడ లైఫ్ అంతా బోర్ కదా, అకాడమిక్స్ వాట్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఇన్ దట్. అక్కడికి వెళ్ళిన కాడ నుంచి డీన్ ఏమంటాడో తెలియదు, డైరెక్టర్ ఏమంటాడో తెలియదు, పిల్లలు ఏ సమస్య. సో ఐ వాంట్ టు స్టార్ట్ అ డే విత్ సమ్ ఎనర్జీ అండ్ మంచి ప్లేఫుల్ సాంగ్స్ పెడతాను నేనంట. అవంటే పొద్దున్న పూజ చేసుకోవాలి, ఇంట్లో దేవుడు రావాలి, భక్తి పాట. When I was observing those, many times now you see those images which are being there are AI generated images. అన్ని లక్ష్మీదేవి, సరస్వతి, వినాయకుడు, ఇవన్నీ వచ్చే కూడా AI generated images వస్తున్నాయి. And you keenly observe, every image has got a flaw. ఒక్కొక్క దేవతకి అంటే ఫింగర్స్ ఇట్లా ఉండేది ఇట్లా ఉంటాయి, ఆర్ 5 fingers ఉన్న దగ్గర 4 fingers ఉంటాయి, ఆర్ ఫేస్లో. ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ ద AI don't understand the prompt that you are giving, you are asking it. So there comes మామూలుగా అంటే ఓకే ఫైన్, బట్ అదే తీసి ఎక్కడైనా బయట పెట్టినాం అనుకోండి, RSS సొల్యూషన్ అంటే రోడ్ మీద పెడతారు. So we have to be very careful. Anything, so you have to be very careful. That we call as a human in loop. Two things when you are working on AI you should know is, one is the hallucinations. అది ఎట్లా అంటే మన స్టూడెంట్స్ లాగా మనం ఒకటి అడుగుతాం, వాడు దానికి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పాడు, వాడికి తెలిసిన ఆన్సర్ చెప్తాడు. నువ్వు ఏమని అడుగు, వాడు ఆన్సరే వాడు చెప్తాడు. సో దట్స్ వాడేమో నాకు తెలిసింది ఇదే సార్, నేను ఇదే చెప్తాను, మీరు ఏమని అడగండి నేను ఇదే చెప్తాను. దట్ ఇస్ hallucinations. కొంత రైట్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు, బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్స్ ఇట్ మే బి రాంగ్. సో AI హ్యావ్ దట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్, hallucinations ప్రాబ్లమ్. దానికి తెలియకపోతే తెలియదు అని చెప్పదు అది. అయ్యో పాపం అడిగినారు కదా ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్దాం అని అక్కడిక్కడ తీసుకొచ్చి it will tell you a wrong. That's a hallucination is a one major problem with AI. Second is whatever AI gives, human in loop concept. You have to pay attention to every minute detail what it mentions there. Otherwise, you are in a soup. So these two things you have to be very careful with using AI. And third is a plagiarism and all those things. We need to be very careful about that. Wording is very important. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Highly important. Yes. No, yes. The wording, vocabulary, context, these are all the things that you have to pay keen attention when you are writing, especially writing a mails, requesting things, something and all. And once you use the AI continuously for the same kind of a thing, it will understand your what you call as what kind of a person you are. Then accordingly, next time onwards, it will learn and it will adjust. Because మనకి హెచ్ఓడిస్ మీరేమనుకోవద్దు హెచ్ఓడిస్ వాళ్ళు ఉంటే మనకు కొన్ని రోజులు ఫస్ట్లో హెచ్ఓడి వచ్చినప్పుడు కొంచెం ఫ్రిక్షన్ ఉంటుంది తర్వాత మనకు అర్థమైపోతుంది ఓ హెచ్ఓడిని ఇట్లా ప్లీజ్ చేయవచ్చు అని వారు హెచ్ఓడికి అర్థమైతే మనతో ఎట్లా పని చేయించుకోవచ్చు అని బ్రాండ్ మ్యాన్ సో ఆ కొంచెం ఫ్రిక్షన్ అయ్యేదాకా వీ హ్యావ్ టు వెయిట్ సో AI ఆల్సో వన్స్ ఇట్ గెట్స్ ట్యూన్ టు యూ దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ గివ్ ద ఆన్సర్స్ ద వే యూ లైక్. Recently, after working on one particular AI for a longer time, you ask it a query saying that what kind of a person I am. సెక్రటరీ దగ్గర చిలక జోస్యం చెప్పినట్టు చెప్తారు, చక్కగా చెప్తుంది మీరు ఏంటి అన్నది డీటెయిల్గా ఇట్ విల్ టెల్ యూ అబౌట్ వాట్ యు ఆర్. సో బీ కేర్ఫుల్. అండ్ ఫైనల్లీ టూ అదర్ థింగ్స్, స్మాల్ టిప్స్ దట్ ఐ విల్ టెల్. One, if you are using AI for your research, where your data, you have a sensitive data and all, instead of using these GPTs and all, there is something called as OLLMA. Llama is a metas. It's called as OLLMA. OLLMA is you can download that onto your system. Llama is O and Llama. So this you can download it onto your system, and once you download this, and any work that you do, it will be within your system only. Any queries, any data that you put, anything, this is within your system only. It will not go out from your system. It will not go to the AI. It will not go to the AI training and all. That's one. And second is, if you are using a GPT continuously, in GPT there is an option called as a temporary. Onto your right hand side of the GPT, so here you find this circle, turn on temporary. So use the temporary. So anything that you search or do in a temporary, it will be there for 6 hours. And in the 6 hours also, it will not send this to the OpenAI database. It will be there only. After 6 hours, even if you go back also, it will not be there. So it has a life of only for 6 hours. So when you have sensitive data to work, Llama is one, and second one is the temporary option of a GPT. These two will help you to protect your data, protect your search, protect your queries. Okay. Yeah. GANs. GANs is there's a convolutional neural network. CNNs works on a GANs. So any AI tool like Leonardo is there, or Picasso, let us say, దాంట్లో అయిపోయినట్టు. Yeah. Yes, it will. మీకు అది కూడా ఒక్క టైం ఉంటే ఒక్కటి కూడా చూపిస్తాం. దిస్ ఇస్ సంథింగ్ కాల్డ్ as a మెటా ప్రాంప్ట్. సో మీరు ఏదైనా ఏ నుంచి ఒక ప్రాంప్ట్ కానీ ఒక ఇమేజ్ కానీ తీసుకున్నారనుకోండి, ఆ ఇమేజ్ని అప్లోడ్ చేసి యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ ఇట్ టు టెల్ ద మెటా ప్రాంప్ట్ ఫర్ ఇట్. సో మీరు అట్లాంటి ఇమేజెస్ మల్టిపుల్స్ జనరేట్ చేయాలనుకున్నారు అనుకోండి, ఆ ప్రాంప్ట్ మనకి ప్రతిసారి డిస్క్రైబ్ చేయడం రాదు. లెట్ us say ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ images.google.com, then coffee brand, let us say any coffee brand in India. Let me take one example. Just I'm taking one example. So itla oka image undandi. Now you got this image and you want to create this kind of image again. అంటే మీ మెటీరియల్ సైన్స్లో మీ సబ్జెక్ట్లో ఎక్కడైనా సరే అట్లాంటి ఇమేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ ఇమేజెస్ని మీరు డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకొని యూ కెన్ అప్లోడ్ దిస్ ఇమేజ్ టు ద జీపీటీ అండ్ ఆస్క్ ఫర్ ఎ మెటా ప్రాంప్ట్. జస్ట్ సింప్లీ గివ్ ఎ మెటా ప్రాంప్ట్ అని, ఈ ఇమేజ్ అప్లోడ్ చేసి గివ్ ఎ మెటా ప్రాంప్ట్ అనండి. ఈ ఇమేజ్ని ఎట్లా డ్రా చేయొచ్చో మీకు ప్రాంప్ట్ ఇస్తుంది. డ్రా అయింది. యా ఎస్ ఎస్ యా రైట్. సో ఇక్కడ దానికోసం అంటే మెటా దాకా వెళ్ళాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. మీకు ఇక్కడ గూగుల్లో లెన్స్ ఉంది, గూగుల్ లెన్స్. సో ఇఫ్ యువర్ ఇమేజ్ ఇస్ దేర్ and click on a Google Lens. It is again, Google Lens is an AI. So Google Lens is app, you can install it. So select an image. I selected this image and it will search and it will give you the description. దాంట్లో లేని ఇమేజెస్ ఏం లేవు మేడం ఇప్పుడు ఇవాళ. యా ఇచ్చి చూడండి, ఏం కాదు, వస్తుంది. దానికి అర్థమైన భాష ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్తుంది. బికాస్ సి వెన్ యూఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ సిఎన్ఎన్ మోడల్స్, మీరు అనాలిసిస్ చేసి వచ్చిన ఇమేజెస్ అంటే ప్రపంచంలో ఎవడో అట్లాంటిదో దాని దగ్గరలో ఏదో చేసి ఉంటారు. అవన్నీ డేటా దాని దగ్గర ఉంటాయి. అండ్ వన్స్ యూ క్రియేట్ ఇమేజ్ ఇన్ సచ్ సినారియోస్, don't use the generic GPTs, or you use your Olama, or you use a temporary, upload it and ask for a description. Chestundi. Yeah, you can experiment with that. So these are the things from my side for now. If you have any queries that you can ask, otherwise we can break. So gradually my nervousness gone. Because this is the learning for me, in the sense you have an image, uploading it, then whether it give a description or not, I'll go back and search whether it works or not. And similarly plagiarism ki aithe daniki em answer le sir ippudu vena ade cheptunna. So plagiarism annadi, it will be there whenever you are using. Then many people are aware of this what you call as notebook element all. Next time పోయేటప్పుడు ఇంకా కొంత ఏమైనా ఉంటే you can take. Sir, ఇస్తుంది. Yeah, it will give. ఇవన్నీ ఫ్రీ వర్షన్స్ సార్. పెయిడ్ వర్షన్ డబ్బులు ఎక్కడి సార్? లిమిటేషన్, యా, బికాజ్ అంత వాడడం కదా మనం కూడా. సో దెర్ ఆర్ 10 టూల్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. ఒకటి వాడతాం, ఎగ్జాస్ట్ అయిపోయింది అనుకోండి, మూవ్ టు సెకండ్ వన్, మూవ్ టు థర్డ్, మోరల్స్ అన్నీ అవే ఆన్సర్ ఇస్తాయి. పెయిడ్లో ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఇస్ GPT-4 ఉందనుకోండి, మీరు ఇందాక నేను మీకు చెప్పిన మోర్ ఆఫ్ టోకెన్స్. GPT-4 has got a 10 trillion tokens or 16 trillion tokens. అంటే అనాలిసిస్ విల్ బి మచ్ బెటర్ when comparing with GPT-3. సో అది ఆ డిఫరెన్సియేషన్ ఉంటుంది. పెయిడ్ వర్షన్స్లో కంపల్సరీగా డిఫరెన్సియేషన్ ఉంటుంది అండ్ అన్లిమిటెడ్ యాక్సెస్ ఉంటుంది మనకి. వీటిలో క్లోజ్ అయిపోతాం కదా, మిగతా వాటిలో అది ఉంటుంది. బేసిక్ సెర్చ్ చేస్తే పెద్ద డిఫరెన్సియేషన్ ఏముంటుంది, అయిపోతుంది. క్లీన్ చేసుకొని మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ డే వెళ్తాము, లేకపోతే ఆ రోజుకి బంద్ చేసేసి నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకొక రోజుకి మళ్ళీ. బట్ యాజ్ ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్ ఇప్పుడు నేనంటే మీరు ఏ హిస్టరీ చూసినా కూడా డైలీ ఉంటాయి. ఎవ్రీ డే దర్ ఇస్ ఏఐ టూల్ చూసినా నా హిస్టరీలో ప్రతిరోజు దాంట్లో చేసిందే ఉంటుంది. ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్ దిస్ ఫర్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ 2 years. అన్ని టూల్స్ వాడుతున్నాను, ఒక్కటి కూడా పర్చేస్ చేయలేదు. ఆల్ ఫ్రీ వర్షన్, ఓన్లీ ఫ్రీ వర్షన్స్. దట్స్ ఇట్.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your insights and expertise, which has enriched our understanding and sparked new perspectives. I request Joshna ma'am to present a memento to Professor Y. Rama Krishna garu. Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of the Center for Education Technology and the Department of Chemistry, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Y. Ramakrishna Garu for sparing his valuable time and sharing such deep and practical insights with us today. I sincerely thank Joshna ma'am, Professor and Head, Department of Chemistry, for her valuable support in facilitating the successful conduct of this lecture. A special thanks to the faculty members and all attendees who have made this event a success with their presence and participation. Let us continue to explore, learn, and innovate in our academic journeys because the future is now and AI is right at the heart of it. Thank you once again and have a great day.